What if you dropped a single beetle nut into a Cretaceous River Valley 66 interrogation million years ago? Could it wreck the entire ecosystem? Right as you show up, the sky opens up with a total downpour, a typical Cretaceous welcome. The mud along the river valley turns into sheer slush, pulling your seed underground. As the water evaporates, the soil bakes shut, sealing you in a humid, pitch-black tomb. Moisture inches its way through your rock-hard outer shell. By day 10, your seed coat cracks. A single pale root pokes through, feeling its way down into soil that has never tasted a palm plant in its entire history. Half a month later, your first leaf breaks through the surface, unfolding like an eye surfacing from the deep sea. Your rivals here have spent millions of years building massive root systems. Cycads tangled underground, fern spores ready to jack every inch of bare dirt, and all you've got is one flimsy stem shooting straight up. Day 45. A juvenile Thessalosaurus trots by and grabs a mouthful of dirt and greens, taking a bite out of you. He chews twice and freezes. This isn't the tough fern foliage he eats every day. Your leaves pack an unprecedented punch of bitter, stingy acidity. He shakes his head and bails. That's your first ace in the hole. You don't survive by tasting gross. You survive through a bizarre neurological kick that hardwires herbivorous beasts to remember your flavor after just one hit. 2 months later, you're 3 feet tall and pumping out your first flower spikes. The dead leaves falling around your roots start to ferment, and your secondary metabolites run a full purge on the soil microbes. The ones that can't stomach the arecaline fade away, leaving behind a select group of decomposers that can actually coexist with you. You're quietly rewriting the soil chemistry. Year 4. Green fruits hang heavy on your branches. The real turning point comes when an adult Therizinosaurus rolls up. This thing stands 3 stories tall, equipped with giant, scythe-like claws that could snap a cycad in half. He wanders over just as you drop a fresh batch of fruit. He doesn't bite. He uses his beak to pluck a single nut and crush it in his mouth. That complex rush of bitter, spicy, and faintly sweet hits his basic brain like a lightning bolt. He scarfs it down, drops his 6-foot neck, and starts hunting through your canopy for seconds and thirds. From that day on, this feathered harvesting machine becomes your ultimate distributor. Arecaline is toxic to mammals, but to these prehistoric beasts with totally different metabolisms, it's an irresistible upper. Every time he feeds, he prunes your main stem, forcing you to shoot out even more side branches. His massive feet stomp your fallen nuts deep into the mud, planting seeds along his daily patrol routes. You think you're getting eaten? Nah, you just turned him into a mobile planting rig. Year 5 brings a dry season, 40 straight days without a drop of rain. Cycads wither, ferns shrivel, and that Therizinosaurus is looking like a walking skeleton. But he doesn't leave, because the only green spot left in the valley is your grove. Your roots are down 40 feet, pulling water straight out of the deep aquifer. Better yet, the arecaline levels in your leaves skyrocket from the drought stress. The bitter kick scares off every other plant eater, but the Therizinosaurus tolerates it. Hell, he craves it, keeps you alive, and you keep him fed. It's no longer just predator and prey. You've built a closed loop that only the two of you can touch. The moment the drought breaks, the first storm slams into the cracked riverbed. Your fallen nuts rot and ferment in the puddles, mixing sugar and arecaline into a heady mist that drifts through the trees. A few small oviraptors are the first to stumble in. They lap up the booze-like juice and start staggering through the woods in crooked lines. Before long, a full-grown Tarbosaurus, a 33-foot apex predator with a bone-crushing bite, follows the heavy stench straight into your territory. He sniffs the fermented pulp and takes a lick. A few minutes later, the king of the Cretaceous is standing in your grove, eyes totally glazed over, letting out a low, disoriented rumble. He's not going wild. He's just blown away by a compound his nervous system has never seen before. He's back the next day. His entire patrol routine changes. Your grove becomes ground zero for his territory, and any mid-sized predator dumb enough to trespass gets instantly wiped out. You're not bartering with him. You've chemically tamed a living tank. You've got a 10-meter Tyrannosaur working as your personal bouncer while you just sit there. This isn't passive plant survival anymore. It's tactical domination across species lines. By year 50, your original seed has spawned a beetle nut forest stretching for miles. Those addicted Therizinosaurus herds and the fermented pulp on the forest floor have built an ecosystem that never existed in this era. The plant eaters are your gardeners, and the carnivores are your security detail. Anyone trying to clear your forest isn't just fighting branches. They're up against an entire food chain reprogrammed by your chemistry. 1,000 years out, your root network is too massive for any single creature to destroy. Your nuts float downriver, taking over every low-lying beach they touch. You can't run, you don't have thorns, and you don't wrap around trunks like a vine. But you just turn the nastiest beasts on the planet into extensions of your own body. In a world ruled by giant monsters, a single beetle nut, the same thing modern humans chew to stay awake, took over the prehistoric food chain without spilling a single drop of blood. Just one addictive flavor, and the Cretaceous was under new management. In this world, whoever gets their chemistry into your bloodstream is the one running the show.